Well, hello everyone. Welcome to day 2 of my Dino Days celebration. Yesterday we kicked off Dino Days with a super cute card project using my latest One Sheet Wonder tutorial using pattern blocking, what I'm calling pattern blocking. So if you missed that, I have the live replay posted here on my Facebook page. It's also on YouTube. And this was the card we created. I also shared an alternative using the Dress for Success suite and another alternative using some retired designer series paper and the Wiggle Bugs. So there's, as you can see, just by using the cutting template that I shared yesterday, you can create endless amounts of cards with just the smallest little piece of designer series paper and whatever stamp and die bundle, Stampin' Punch bundle that you desire. So anyway, we're back today with some more Dino Days cards using the Dino Roar suite from the annual catalog. You'll find that on page 99 and 100 of your catalog. While I'm waiting for some folks to join in today, we'll just do some Stampin' Up business, so to speak. We have a new suite that's going to be available to Stampin' Up demonstrators and customers alike on April 1st. It'll be available April 1st to May 31st, I'm assuming while supplies last. Towards the end of the release, there could be some items that might go out of stock or sell out before we can get more inventory in. But it's also available right now for Stampin' Up demonstrators to pre-order. So now's a great time, as we've been saying all during celebration. Celebration's a great time to join our Stampin' Up family if it's something you've been considering, especially now while we're practicing our social distancing and our sheltering in place. I'm finding stamping is very therapeutic. We've got some health issues going on in our family right now, as well as sheltering in place. And if I didn't have stamping, I think I'd be insane by now. But as I was saying, if you've been considering joining Stampin' Up, whether it's as a hobby discount demonstrator or you're looking to make some extra money, you can add items from the Ornate Garden Suite to your starter kit at this time, even though it doesn't officially release until April 1st. If you're interested on some more information for that, be sure to give me a shout, and I'm happy to provide you with all that additional detail. It's a really gorgeous suite. I think this is going to be a huge hit come April 1st when it's available to everybody. What else? Celebration. If you're new to Stampin' Up, Celebration is a promotion that we run February and March, and it's free stuff. So for every order in $50 increments, you can earn some free goodies. There's items at the $50 level and items at the $100 level. That's all available on my website at StampinInTheSand.stampinup.net. Also, there's been 3 releases. So we had the first release, the second release, and today Stampin' Up made a 3rd release. So now we have some items from our annual catalog that are now celebration items. However, those have unique order numbers. So don't take the order numbers from your annual catalog and try to input them as a free item. It will not work. You'll have to go to the celebration detail and order them with those exclusive item numbers. And again, if you need those item numbers, just give me a shout. I'm happy to give them to you. So added to the celebration now, at the $50 level, we have the red rhinestone basic jewels, the mini shipping boxes, the little mini Stampin' Up shipping boxes. What a great way to give a gift. The Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, Woven Threads Designer Series paper, the Shimmer Detail Laser Cut Specialty paper, Rococo Rose Stampin' Blends Combo Pack, And very exciting to me, where I didn't even know this was going to happen before I started my my dinosaur days. The Dino Roar Designer Series paper is now a $50 tier celebration item. So if you're loving the projects that I'm sharing with you this week, and you have a $50 order going in, which it just so happens the Dino Days bundle, the stamp set and dies, comes to $50.25, you could qualify for getting your Dino Roar Designer Series paper for free. That's over an $11 savings. I'd take that in a heartbeat. So that is Celebration 3rd release. I'm also getting ready to launch my April. Oh my gosh, March is gone. My April Hostess Club. There's information on my website as well as here on my Facebook page and my blog regarding my Hostess Clubs. It's a great way to start acquiring all of your wish list, but stay within a budget and earn free product. So if you're interested in information on my Hostess Club, give me a shout or just hop on over to my blog or my website, and all of the information is there for you. All right. I think that's enough of the business and news to share with you. So let's get started on today's project. So again, this is Dino Days. I'm focusing on the Dino Roar suite. But as I showed you with yesterday's cards, just by swapping out your stamp set, your dies, or bringing in punches, you can easily recreate my cards using anything that you happen to have on hand. So we have our Dino Days stamp set, and we have our Dino dies. They coordinate together so you can easily cut out your dinosaurs after you've stamped them, as well as the palm tree image and the little decor pieces for your dinosaurs. I see an awful glare. I'm going to put that down over here. We also have our Dino Roar Designer Series paper that we're playing with. If you missed my live yesterday, I showed you how these really bright, colorful dinosaurs can be cut out not only by fussy cutting, but with the coordinating dies. So you can see here that fits on perfectly. Run it through your die cut machine and you have a perfectly die cut dinosaur. At the same time, you can stamp your dinosaur and cut it out the same way. I'm really loving the bright, colorful colors. Yeah, that's redundant, isn't it? Bright, colorful colors, yes. The bright colors, the little happy faces on the dinosaurs. Who couldn't use a little cheering up right about now, right? So I'm really enjoying playing with these projects. Okay, I'm also I don't know what's going on with my voice. I started having a major coughing fit right before I hit the live button. So excuse me while I have to suck on a lozenge. Hopefully it's not too obnoxious, but it's better than coughing and having the tears running down and dripping onto my projects, right? So the first card we're going to create today, actually I got it from another demonstrator, Meg Lovin. I really loved her card, and I thought I would show you how to make it live. And you could easily just swap out the colors that she used for her card and make a whole bunch of different alternate versions. It would look completely different just swapping out the colors. So we're going to start with, this is a die cut stitched rectangle just in Whisper White that I'm going to use for the inside of my card. I discussed yesterday and on some previous videos that I'm really liking the little extra that these die cut stitched rectangles add to the inside of a card. I think it just dresses it up really nicely as opposed to just using a piece that you cut with your trimmer. I also have a lovely lipstick, piece of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Lovely lipstick is part of our in color collection that retires the end of May, first week in June. So if you have been enjoying playing with these in colors, I always will be reminding you to stock up on your re-inkers, your cardstock. Make sure you have the ink pads, the markers, designer series papers that coordinate with these colors. Because as we get closer to their retirement, they will start selling out. And once they sell out, they're gone. They will not be coming back. Okay, next I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock. It's cut 3 inches by 4 inches. And then I had a piece of Whisper White that vanished. Well, how do you like that? Well, that's not good. I gotta cut a piece. All right, well, best laid plans and all. I don't know where it went. So I'm gonna have to cut a piece because I need a piece that's 1/4 of an inch larger. So I'm gonna need a white, Whisper White that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I don't know what happened to that. I'm just gonna put that aside for now. I have a piece of the designer series paper, and this is 1/2 inch by 4 inches. I have a stitched circle out of the stitched, what are they? Stitched shapes dies. And then I have a 1.5 inch punch circle that's Mango Melody. So those are our supplies. You're just gonna have to bear with me while I quickly cut the piece of white. I don't know where it went. Maybe it stuck to the other project we're gonna do tonight. I don't know. It'll only take a second. All right, so I need 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. Oops. All right. Let's just make sure that I did this correctly. And I did. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. We can take that off. All right. Then I have my dinosaur. Don't ask me what kind it is because I do not know. So I have the long neck dinosaur. I have my palm trunk. I have my thanks for being a friendosaurus. I'm going to be sending out a lot of friendship cards while I'm under quarantine, I do believe. The palm fronds stamp. I have the little polka dots for my dinosaur. I have I love you this much. It's more than it looks. And that's for another dinosaur we're going to be using. And that's this little stubby guy right here with his short little arms. He's so cute. I'm also going to be using my Stampin' Pierce mat. I recommend you use this all the time for photopolymer stamps because it just adds some extra cushioning. Our wood mount stamps, the rubber comes with that nice foam core, so it has its own cushioning built in, but the photopolymers do not. So that's why we have our Stampin' Pierce mat. All right, so let's get stamping. And I'm all messed up today. All right. I thought I had prepped well enough, but I guess not. Okay, so we are going to start by stamping our dinosaur. We're going to stamp him in lovely lipstick. So we're just going to ink him up. And I'm going to use the white, the Whisper White background piece that's going to be mounted underneath our Flirty Flamingo because I'm going to preserve and conserve as much cardstock and supplies as I possibly can. I need my Big Shot. Oh, something's dinging. I think that's my iPad's dinging. Because we have absolutely no idea what is going to happen here in the United States with shipping as they get a handle on this coronavirus. So I'm not risking running out of anything. I'm ordering as much as I possibly can, as often as I can. And conserving where I can. So don't mind me if I use as much of my supplies as I possibly can while making my cards. All right, I put the dies down, looked away, and couldn't find them again. All right, so now I just have to cut my little dinosaur. Now my plates are a little wonky. So I've just been using a little touch of washi tape just to make sure they're on there good. Because as you can see, my plates have seen a lot of love. And I'm trying not to wiggle you too much. Oops, I didn't crank that out enough. All right. So I've got my little dinosaur now. I think these guys are so cute. I ordered this bundle because I had seen so many cute projects that I wanted to make. And then, you know how it is. One thing leads to another. Mini catalog comes out. All this new product starts coming out. And you kind of lose, you know, track of where you're at. And I never got a chance to use it. So that's why I had put out here on my Facebook page a few days ago asking for recommendations for stamp sets that you had hanging around that you hadn't used yet or needed some inspiration for. And I had a couple of requests actually for Dino Days. So I thought, I have that and I'm in the same predicament. I haven't used mine either. So thanks to you, I have now really used my Dino Days a lot and I love it. It's just so fun. And I think that all of my friends, young and older, are going to love getting dinosaur cards. All right, so I just mounted the Flirty Flamingo piece of cardstock to the Whisper White that we had cut our little dinosaur out of. And now I need my card front. I want to put a good crease in this. And I want to pop that up actually on dimensionals. So no one's going to know there's some glue back there. That's going to dry tacky and nobody's going to know the difference. So what have you guys been doing? Have you been getting a lot of stamping in? Are you still having to work? Are you essential personnel? I can tell you with all the things that's going on with my husband right now, I am so grateful to those on the front lines who have to go into the hospitals every single day. And I really hope that the people that are going in that you're having to care for are taking precautions before subjecting you to them. Because these are some scary times that we are living in. Not only do our healthcare workers have to face all of the germs and diseases and viruses that people are bringing into the hospitals to have treated, they also are now subjected to whether or not these folks are carrying the coronavirus. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to them daily, as I'm so grateful they're there for my husband during all of this. Okay, so now I've just adhered that hopefully straight to my card front. And next we're going to do some assembly. So I've got my little dino here. I need my strip. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to the back of my strip. And adhere that down towards the bottom of my card. And get that somewhat even, I hope. Okay. Then on my dinosaur, I need to give him some character. So I've got my black marker. And I'm going to give him a little pupil, which is really hard to do when you can't see him. And then I'm going to give him a little smile. And that just adds all that extra. So now he's a smiling little dinosaur. All right, so then I need to add my embellishments. So I have my punch circle. And I'm just going to adhere that to the front of the card, hanging off the edge just a scotch. Then I need my stitched circle. And I need my thanks for being a Friendosaurus. And my lovely lipstick ink. Probably should have done that and let it dry while I was doing the rest of it, but I didn't. All right, so put this away before the inevitable mess happens. All right, so we have that now, and I have a mess. And if you don't mind, I'm just gonna clean this off so I get as little staining as possible. And so that I don't stick my hand in it. And while I'm there, I may as well clean my dinosaur too. Because if you ever done that, you put your stamp aside and it's still got ink on it. And then just before your card is completely finished, you either knock the thing over on it or stick your hand in it and then pick up your card and end up ruining your whole project that you just spent all that time on. I can say it's happened to me. All right, so now I'm going to have to adhere that to the card front, but I want to think about how I want to do this. I probably want to play with placement first. So I've got that. I'm going to do dimensionals. I've got my mini dimensionals for the skinny parts of my dinosaur. So his tail and his neck and his head get the mini dimensionals, and then his body can have the fat dimensionals. Okay. This is like the worst part of a Facebook Live is when you're sitting there picking the backings off of dimensionals. People are like, get on with it already. Okay. So then I want to see where I want to place this and place my dinosaur. So I want to put him about there. And then I can just flat glue this. And I think I want to tuck him, I want to tuck his face over there just a little. Isn't that cute? Isn't that so cute? It's adorable. My little happy dinosaur. All right, now we have to do the inside of the card. So I have my stitched Whisper white panel, and I've decided that because the bulk of my message, thanks for being a Friendosaurus, and then on the inside I'm going to put the I love you this much. It's more than it looks. I don't need a lot of room to write. So I'm going to do a lot of stamping on the inside of my card. And as I was doing it, I realized this could actually be an outside of the card if you wanted it to be, because we're going to do a lot of stamping on it. So you could actually do it twice and have one for the inside of this card and then one be a card front for the next card. I should have thought of that. Then we could have done 3 cards tonight. All right, I need my inks. I stacked them up and I put my dies on top of them. So I need now the Pretty Peacock. I'm going to use some Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to bring in that Mango Melody that's in the designer paper and in this piece of cardstock. So I'm going to start with my tree, and I'm going to do the trunk in the peacock. which if you know me, was very hard for me to do because I'm such a traditionalist that I thought it really had to be brown. But I think it'll be okay to do it in peacock. All right. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to take my Granny Apple Green. And I'm going to do my little palm fronds. I didn't want to do them in a dark color or an old olivey color. I wanted to keep this card super cheery. So that's why I went with the Granny Apple Green. Okay. So I got 5 fronds for my odd numbers. This one actually could have been tilted a little bit further to the right, but that's okay. The wind is blowing and the fronds are blowing, right? That's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right, then I'm going to do my little dinosaur. So I have Stubby here with his little stubby arms. He's going to be inked in Mango Melody. And I'm going to put him, where do I want him? I think he can go like right about there. So as you can see, you're not going to be writing a long book in this card. You're just going to write 2X, love you, Y. I didn't leave a lot of room for a lot of words. All right, and then I have the I love you this much. And I'm going to bring in my lovely lipstick. And I'm going to ink that up and I'm going to stamp it right at the bottom. And hope it's straight. Okay. And then I die cut a bunch of little hearts out of lovely lipstick. Oops. Okay. And I used the Be Mine stitched framelits, and I used this confetti heart die to get all these different sizes. And we're going to give him a heart. And I just had another idea. If you had room, or you were doing it on the front of the card and not an inside of the card, you could have little confetti hearts like going up like the little bubbles. Wouldn't that be cute? I may have to do another dino card. It's going to be Dino Month by the time I'm done. I'm telling you, it's an addicting stamp set. All right, so I'm going to put this down right there because he's holding the heart, telling the recipient how much he loves them for being such a great friend. And then we're going to just put that on the inside of the card. All right, you don't want that though. I want some snail adhesive. Okay. So now this is going to go on the inside of the card. My hardest part is getting it straight while I'm looking through the screen. Okay, so there you go. There is our card. So here's my original that I worked off of. Here's the second one. And they're both the same on the inside. Oh, I gotta give him character. He doesn't have any character. He needs eyeballs. So see how plain he looks and how this one looks like a happy little dinosaur? That's the difference a little couple dots of black make. See how much character that gives him? Just by taking your marker and adding those two little pupils. So I hope you like that one. We have one more. So don't despair on me. All right. I had a pile with all the stuff. All right. You should see the mess behind the scenes doing a Facebook Live. You guys would laugh. All right. So our next card is another friendship card. Like I said, with all that's going on in my life, I need to send a lot of friendship cards. So I have Pool Party, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So this one's going to go landscape. I have another stitched rectangle of Whisper White. That's going to be for the inside of my card, the same as we did for the last one. I forgot a stamp set. I have to get another stamp set. Duh! All right. What did I do with that stamp set? Oh, no. Oh, Mary. Not good. All right. This time I'm bringing in Tropical Chic again. We used it yesterday in yesterday's card. We're using it again in today's card. So I've got my Tropical Chic stamp set. Okay. I need a piece of the Designer Series paper that came from the Dino Roar collection, 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I cheated again, and I took a big hunk out of the middle of it. There's 2 reasons. Right now, I want my cards to be as light as possible so I can stick a stamp on them, put them in the mail, and not have to go out to the post office to go to the counter and get my cards weighed and measured to make sure that they don't need more than 1 stamp. It subjects the postal workers to me and everyone I've been in contact to, and it subjects me to them and everyone they've been in contact with. So I'm trying to make my cards as light as possible. I'm also trying to conserve my supplies. So I whacked a big shape out of the middle. I can use it for another card. It makes the card lighter and no one's going to know. Just you and me. And anyone that decides that they're going to take the card apart. Which I'm hoping that no one's going to take my card apart to see what I did. I also used, what are these? The stitched labels dies. Oh my gosh. I'm losing it. I had them right here. Ugh, I don't know what I did with them. Oh, they're right in front of me, dummy. Yes, stitched nested labels. So I used the largest one for the Pool Party. And I used the second largest one for the Whisper White, and I die cut those out. So those are going to be for the front of the card. So as you can see, that's going to cover, it goes this way. That's going to cover, no it doesn't, it does go this way. That's going to cover up that hole. Nobody's going to know. Whisper White layer is going to go on top there. And then we need to stamp 2 dinosaurs. So I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock. It measures 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to stamp 2 dinosaurs on that. I need my Stampin' Pierce mat again. Okay. And I'm going to stamp my dinosaurs in Mango Melody. And I'm also going to use that lovely lipstick again. I'm telling you, this lovely lipstick is getting a workout. I don't think I used it but once or twice in the last 2 years. Now that it's retiring, I'm using it all the time. What can I tell you? All right, I think I'm going to start with my lighter color first, just in case I don't get it cleaned 100%. And I probably should put this down. I'm running out of room here. You should see me in my little tiny space. This is not working right. Okay. So I'm going to stamp my Mango Melody dinosaur. Move that out of my way. That one didn't get the best image, but I cheated anyway, so we're not even going to use that one. This is just for show and tell. Now, what did I do with my cleaner? It'll look a little better, too, after the ink dries. All right, so I got my chamois, clean him up. Oh, see, he's already drying to look prettier. All right, now I'm going to get my lovely lipstick. Okay. And I'm gonna stamp this guy right there. And then I need that pretty peacock. And I'm just gonna quickly clean this off. Just a little bit. You get that lovely lipstick color on something. It is not coming off. And then I've got my little spotties, the little dinosaur spots. So we're gonna ink that up in the Flirty Flamingo. And we're gonna give our lovely lipstick dinosaur some spots. Can you see that? Did I go out of the camera? Okay, so now he's got some spots. Put this away first. Actually, you know what? We do need that, so we're gonna leave that out. Okay, so then we would take this and put it through the Big Shot and die cut it out using the coordinating die. All right, and I've already done that. So I have my red one with the spots and I have my Mango Melody. And again, we're gonna come in with that marker and we're gonna give them character by giving them an eye and a mouth. Because that just adds so much, I think. All right, then I need my Whisper White die cut piece. And I need my Thanks for Being a Friendosaurus. That's gonna go to the left-hand corner. Okay. Set that aside and let it dry a little bit. Sorry to keep stopping and cleaning my stamps off, but if I drop them on my project, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna bring in my middle insert and we're gonna do some stamping on that as long as we have the inks out. And while we're letting some stuff dry. So I have my insert. And I'm gonna get this large leaf from the Tropical Chic. And I'll just use this ink block. Oh no, I don't like that one. That one's got a label on it that I have to soak in Goo Gone. Okay, so I need that and Pool Party. So I'm gonna bring in that Pool Party ink. Make sure that's inked up well. I just re-inked my Pool Party. It's a little foamy because I don't have the new re-inkers that are the foam free. I'm still working on the old ones. All right, so that's Pool Party. And then on the inside of my card, I'm gonna take this same leaf image. Oops, you know what? I don't want that one. I'm inking up the wrong stamp. I want this fern for this. All right, I'm gonna take my fern. I'm gonna ink that up. And I'm gonna do, this is on the inside of the card. I'm gonna do the lower right corner. And I'm gonna do the upper left corner. And that's all we need the Pool Party for, so that's done. Okay? And then bring back the inside of the card. Get that pretty peacock. And then we need your Roarsome from the inside of the stamp set. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Don't mind me while I crinkle. All right, stick that on a block. Don't need that. I'm going to ink that up. And that's going to go on the inside of the card, in the middle. All right. And now we can start assembly. All right. So we have our card. That was the last thing we did, so we'll let that dry for a bit. I'm going to close up that pretty peacock because that is calling for an accident. And we're going to start assembling. So I've got my designer series paper and my liquid glue, which I left sit for too long, and now I can tell it's starting to clog. Okay, that's enough. All right, which way do I want to put that? I want to put that this way. All right, so we're going to just glue that flat to the front of the card. Get it straight. Okay. And we're going to take our pool party stitch shape, and we're going to center that on the front, covering up that hole that no one's going to know about. All right. Then we've got our whisper white piece. Now, in different times, I would use a lot more layers. But like I said, I really want to just be able to stick one stamp on it and put it in the postal box and move on and not have to worry about whether it's too thick or too heavy. All right, so there's our white part. And then we need to put our little dinos on. So this one's going to get glued onto the front with his long neck. Let's see, put him probably about there. And then his buddy. It would also be super cute if we weren't worried about how thick and heavy our cards were, to put little teeny tiny googly eyes on these guys. That would probably be fun too. All right, so he's going to join his buddy. But I don't want to see a lot of gap. So he can go there. He's a little far to the right, but that's okay. Oops. All right, so there's that. Then we're just going to come in and put our inside into the inside of the card. And I forgot to grab some envelopes, but when you're making your cards, don't forget to stamp your envelope, because we don't want to be sending out naked envelopes, right? So if I had one, I had my envelopes from my other samples. Yes, so you could just stamp your leaf image with that pool party on the corner of your envelope, and then it would coordinate with your card. All right, so that's it. Those are our 2 cards for today. So we have this one with our friend Duo. This is the one I was working off of. And then we have this little guy here. So I hope you've enjoyed today's 2-card class. I hope you're enjoying Dino Days. And we'll either crack out your Dino Days stamp set out of your stash if you happen to own it, or consider ordering it through my online store. And with the purchase of your Dino Days bundle, which is the Dino Days dies and the Dino dies and the Dino Days stamp set, it would qualify you for the Dino Roar Designer Series paper for free. So I hope you enjoy the card, and I will be back tomorrow with another card in the series. So happy stamping. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye.